Coverage you can count on. This is WNEMTV5 News.
Union workers at General Motors approve a new contract.
So now that we have a nice foundation, we're all equal, we could build and stack on top of that.
We hear from workers who voted yes and workers who voted no.
The Flint City Council will have another special meeting tonight to address funding that'll help you at home. What we expect them to cover.
Black Friday is just a week away, but it's a little bit easy. You're getting ready for Pink Friday. How local businesses are hiring you to shop small.
It's time to wake up mid-Michigan. It's Friday, November 17th. All right, so good morning and thank you for waking up with TV5. I'm Sierra Cersei. Lauren Piesco is out in Bay City. A little hard to hear, but we'll get to her later on in the show.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No worries about that. I'm Blake Keller. Glad you're here with us on our Friday. We have Diane with us as well. So I know we were flip-flopping. You said starting off good, going down in temperatures. So where are we at right now?
Yeah, so we are on the warm side of things to get started today. So I know a lot of folks are picking out their outfits right now. Plan on 40s. It's a little bit deceiving outside because it's warm this morning. It's going to be cool this afternoon. And also it's rainy this morning and it's going to be dry this afternoon. So it's going to kind of be backwards from what we start the day with to what we finish with. A live look at your Doppler radar showing the rainfall out ahead of the front across the thumb just into the Tri-Cities. And then we still have that rain along the front itself that is just now going to be headed into the Bay region. Temperatures, those are sitting mainly into the mid to upper 50s for a lot of locations, but those 40s are starting to eat away at our northern thermometers and also just now starting to enter the Great Lakes Bay region. So plan on those 40s once they hit to stay in place. As the front moves through, winds are going to pick up. That wind gust in Mount Pleasant, 31 miles per hour. That's how you know the front is there, because we're going to have the breezy conditions, but it's a little more amplified once that front pushes through. So wind gusts are still going to be a little bit stronger as we go throughout the morning, and then they do start to trend down as we go into the afternoon. Let's take a look at your live on-time traffic brought to you by your local mid-Michigan Toyota dealers. You can see that the rainfall for the majority isn't bothering too many locations. We do want to give you an update on an accident that we have on US 23. That's going to be around Cook Road and Jennings Road. So that is near the highway. Keep in mind that could slow down your morning commute.
All right, Diane, thank you. Flint City Council is holding a special meeting tonight. Topics on the agenda including amendments to the city's zoning code, an ARPA grant for the Burston Field House, funding to support accessibility modifications for homeowners, and much more. That meeting starts at 5:30 this evening. This will be at the City Council chambers. Be sure to stay with us here at TV5 for continuing coverage. UAW members approving their contract with General Motors, the first among the big three to do so, with 55% voting yes and 45% voting no. Workers will receive a 25% wage increase over the next 4 years, cost of living adjustments, and temporary workers will now become full-time workers.
Yeah, but it's what workers didn't get that had some of them disappointed with the outcome.
There's people who've been there 10, 15 years and they're looking at working in a manufacturing sector where their body breaks down and they won't have retiree health care.
Those workers will not get pensions as well. Supporters say the deal can lead to more progress, though, next time.
We cannot get the huge victories for everybody all in one contract. So now that we have a nice foundation, we're all equal, we could build and stack on top of that.
GM's deal is similar to agreements from Ford and Stellantis. Voting at Ford wraps up Saturday and on Tuesday for Stellantis. And now that those contracts are approved, we are looking at what's really next for the UAW.
So this morning we have UAW Local 362 President Tim Adcock on the line with us this morning to kind of break down what all of this means. So Tim, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. Yourself?
Good. Thank you so much for being here with us. So tell us, what's happening with this new contract since it is approved? What are the next steps now?
Well, the next steps will be the vice president sent a letter to General Motors yesterday and saying, hey, we have accepted, and on Monday they'll run with this new contract.
Tim, how is people with your local chapter feeling about the decision? It looks like you guys voted yes. Yeah,
my local is extremely happy. They like this. They like it. 65% in the no votes that we did have, just had questions about like the SAP and how come the dates weren't there, and they wanted to see those dates up front.
Yeah, and Tim, you bring up some of the reasons why some people did vote no, and overall this was a pretty close margin, 55% to 45%, so 55 saying yes and 45 saying no. So why do you think that some other reasons that people may have voted against this?
Well, I do think the language with the SAP is one of them. I think the work-life balance, there's a little bit of language there, but nobody's sure of what it means because it says we'll continue to talk about it. And then the fact that there was not like health care and retirement for the in-progression people.
And Tim, I know we've heard some people say at least this is a good foundation and we can always make progress, from here going forward. And can you just tell us, for what's next? We're still waiting Stellantis and Ford deals. Thankfully, you guys got yours. So, can you give us any insight on what happens if votes don't come through for Stellantis or Ford?
So I'm unsure. I think they would just go back to the table right away and see, maybe call the leadership down to Detroit and figure out what was the stumbling blocks so they know where to go and fix those issues.
Yeah. So Tim, anything else you want to add for us this morning?
Well, just we're looking forward. We got a great relationship with our GM counterparts in Bay City, and we look forward to moving this forward and having a good 4.5 years with them.
All right, looking forward to it. Tim, we appreciate your time this morning. Thanks for giving us some better insight on how all of this really works.
All right, Tim,
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, happy holidays.
Yep, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, so tomorrow the Department of the Attorney General hosting an expungement fair in Saginaw County. The event offering people a chance to review their criminal convictions with on-site attorneys. Having these convictions expunged, they can help with securing employment and housing. In Michigan, a person convicted of one or more criminal offenses and not more than 3 felonies can petition for the convicting court to set aside those convictions. The fair is at the Saginaw County Community Action Center tomorrow from 11 to 3.
We know winter's not far behind, so crews with Genesee County Road Commission did some training Thursday, navigating an obstacle course to hone their maneuvering skills ahead of winter weather.
And it's really important to do this ahead of the winter season because, it's coming up quickly. Even though it's really nice today, it's going to come up fast. So we just want to make sure that all of our drivers are prepared when that eventually does fall.
And St. Clair County Road Commission was also there for the training.
TV5 News time this morning is 6:08.
Community marks 5 years since the death of one of its residents. What his family wants to know ahead of the trial for his accused killer.
TV5's Lauren Piesco is out on the road this morning in Uptown Bay City. Small businesses getting ready for Pink Friday. Yes, it sounds as fun as it is, Pink Friday. That's coming up later on.
Gotta love anything with pink.
I know, right?
All right,
And
here
Friday.
we go. Yeah, Fridays too. That's the most important part. We got your live look at downtown Flint. A little wet, a little damp this morning across the bricks, but not too bad out there. We're seeing your average gas prices now. Take a look here at your screen. And stick around. We have some news on how local elementaries ranked on student performance.